Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Decoupaging with Michelle. So today I'm super excited. I have 5 small projects that I'm going to be decoupaging. So I thought I would just hop on here real fast and just do these online. These are really, these are neat shaped jars and bottles. So I'm excited. So let's get rolling. First I'm going to start with my Mod Podge. I'm going to shake it up. Or actually we don't shake it, we roll it. Keeps the air out of it. And I have it's my socks. It's an old sock filled with rice, and this keeps all my jars in place. So I use that. So let's get rolling. The first project I'm going to do is this cute little bottle here. I get most of my bottles, these odd ones like this, odd shaped and odd sized, usually from garage sales or thrift stores, things like that. So I can't remember where I got this one, but I think it's the cutest little shape. Normally I would put a flower on this one. I have a lot of flower jars right now, so I thought I had this napkin and it had a little fox on it. So I thought I would try something a little different. So we're actually going to put this little fox on here. I might put some, I'll put on like a nice brown ribbon. I have this really cool, real thin leather, like a leather ribbon I will put on there. So get this straightened up here. That looks pretty good. We're gonna just put this. You get your napkin on there how you want it. Hold it in place. Flip it over. Sometimes these smaller ones are a little more challenging to work with. Then I have my Mod Podge. I'm just gonna put a little bit on here. And again, just a reminder: when you do your Mod Podge on your jars, you don't want to put too much on. You don't want big gloopy gloops or streaks. And then it's just going to be a little tacky. And then I'm going to lay this over here. And that will just lay on there real nicely. Now I do have a little bit of Mod Podge still on my brush, and that's what allows me to kind of sweep over that. If you put too much on there, it will tear the napkin or bubble it. So we want to try to avoid damaging our napkins in any way. So flip this over. And these are pretty easy peasy ones. Looks fantastic. And you know what I forgot to do? The same thing I always forget to do. I forgot to get the saran wrap, the plastic wrap out. So while I do this, well, that wasn't too bad at all. That's cool. So we want to get our plastic wrap, and we're gonna put this over here, and just slightly go around the edges. If there's any wrinkles, creases, or bubbles, just rub those out, and that should be pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good, you guys. Pretty happy with that one. So I'm going to set that back, and I'll let that dry for the next 24 hours. And tomorrow I'll come in, make sure it looks fine, and then I'll seal it. And I'll go over the sealing process here in just a couple minutes. The next one is, again, this might have been a vinaigrette jar, or I might have got it at a garage sale or picked it up someplace. Have this really cool, this little lilac design. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm not sure how I'm going to put this on. I think I'll put this on like this. Has some white flowers on the side. I'm not sure what kind of flowers those are. So you guys know, let me know. I know basic flowers. I'm not real good at knowing the flowers, but I do love them. I think I'm going to kind of maybe, I don't know, do I want to center that and offset that, or just center the whole thing? I think I'm going to center the whole thing. That way both of them kind of go off the side of the jars. That works. I think this is really cool. And I'll put a little lavender colored ribbon on the top of that. So let me get some Mod Podge. And I'm actually going to go over here on the side because, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. I know that this design is going to go over a little bit. You can kind of estimate where it's going to go. I'm going to just lay this down, and I'll start here. And I'll work my way around this corner here. Now this napkin had a, oops, I didn't, I gotta put a little, that was a little bit dry there. There's a little bit of a crease there. My brush got caught on that and I pulled it back. So I will go ahead and when I finish this, I'll get the plastic wrap and go over that. And that will wrap right out. I apologize for my voice. I don't know why it's a little raspy today. I think it's just the sinus and allergy season is upon us. So just going to put this on here and gently put that on. Now, sometimes when you go around these corners, it can be a little problematic. So just take your time. Remember, the whole, for me at least, the whole point of this is to be mindful, to be present, to enjoy it, to relax. So take your time with some of these things. I think it looks pretty good. We're going to get the good old plastic wrap here and wrap it around. And do these edges. And I want to get that bottom here. That's where I had that little bit of that, where my brush got caught on it. And then I'm going to make sure I do right here. So what I didn't show you is when I was edging my napkin and prepping it, I actually had ripped some of the leaf. And so there was just kind of hanging there. So I had to make sure when I put this on that it was laying flat. So that looks pretty cute, you guys. I think I like that. So that would look cute as some single, even a lilac hanging out of that. That would look really, really pretty. So next one, I have some more of these little jars. I love these little jars. And I got this little butterfly napkin, a piece of a napkin. I just thought this would look really, really cute on this. Now this is an old jar and it has two seams on the side. So I want to make sure I kind of center it from the seams. I think that looks really good. So again, some of these small ones are really pretty, but they can be kind of challenging to work with just because of how small they are. Put a little Mod Podge on that. Rush this out. Now this is another napkin. I don't know if you could see it. As you know, napkins have those little like pin head like indentions. This one had it really bad. The lilac one also had it really bad. So sometimes you just gotta go a little bit slower over those. You don't want to put any more Mod Podge, but you might just want to apply a little bit more pressure of your brush on those to get those out, because we don't want those little indentions. There. How adorbs is this? And again, just rub this in a little bit. That one looks pretty good. And what I think I'll probably do is I'll just get a little piece of twine here and put around the edge after I seal this. Maybe a little itty bitty bow. So now the last two I'm excited about. These are, gosh, I wish I knew where I got this jar. I think, look how cool, what a cool shape is this. But look at this, I got one of these Highland Cow napkins. I just thought this would look really cute over this. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to center this really well. I like that. Now this one can be some challenges because this has the top of this is really, really rounded. So I tried to prepare my napkin with some indentions and some cutouts that will hopefully allow me to lay this a little smoother. But we'll see. Lay this down here. I'm gonna go over here first because I want this part to lay flat. I'm gonna do the head, and this is where I want to make sure the horns. I can buff out any napkins, but I want to make sure those horns lay nicely across along there, and they sure did. So that looks fantastic. I'm happy with that, you guys. And this is another napkin. If you can see it, this has all kinds of those pinhead size indentions. So to put a little bit more pressure on this to get those out. I can get some Mod Podge on here. Okay. A little bit too much on there. Just put this on here and flip this over and just do. Get that bottom on there. And again, I want to make sure that the horn, I really want to make sure that that horn is straight more than anything. And then I can just, look at that. That turned out so, you guys. How stinking adorable is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me get the plastic wrap. And I'm going to do it like this, I think, yeah. I'm going to buff those horns out. Go crease in the head. And this one didn't have anything any bubbles or wrinkles in the body, so I'm not worried about that. I want to make sure the bottom, because I wrap this bottom around. Sometimes when it has a bottom design like this has, I always want to wrap it around the bottom so it just kind of melts into the roundness. So that actually turned out really cool, you guys. Oh, stinking cute. All right, I got one more. Yes, I know I say this about every jar and vase that I do, but I'm super excited about this. A couple weekends ago, I went to some antique stores with one of my friends, and I found this. It's a really heavy crystal. It was like $2 or $3. It wasn't even very expensive. So I really debated on whether I wanted to paint it or not, but ultimately I decided on painting it. So it has these really deep ridges on the top and the bottom, but it has this beautiful center here, and I thought to decorate something all around this whole center part. So that's what we're going to do. So I have this design. Let me show you the napkin so you can get the full picture here. So this is actually the napkin that I'm going to use. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has this floral design and these beautiful roses. So I've already cut mine out, and I'm going to do this flower pot for the front and center. Let me see which side I want. I'm always kind of funny about this stuff. Okay, we're going to do this side. All right. So look at that. That just fits so beautifully in there, you guys. Like, I swear it was made for this. Look at that. I just fell in love with this vase when I saw it. I don't know if it probably had liquor maybe in it at one point when it came in. It was not marked. It was all just plain crystal, or glass rather. And so I had to get it. It was like $2. Well, I can do that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Fits just perfectly in there. I love that when that happens. Flip this over, you guys. Put a little bit of Mod Podge on that. And it has these little grooves. So as I put my napkin, get that adhered, I'm also going to go down these little grooves and make sure that any of the top edges of the napkin or the bottom edges are in those grooves. You guys, what do you think? Adorable. All right, so then on the sides, I think I'm going to do, I have to decide if I want to go, I think I'm going to go down like that. I think I like that. But I want to make sure. I'm going to tear a little bit of that off. There we go. So I tore a little bit of that off so that it didn't overlap that, but I am just going to go to the edge of this. Now, if you notice, I did not put Mod Podge on that. I didn't want that to move. I wanted that to be in a very specific place. So I'll turn this, and now I'll put a little bit on the back here. I had enough on my brush that it really went through that part really well. Now this is going to be, so I'm going to get that really in there. I think I really am going to like how this lays. So I got brought the rose up here to the very corner. So that's going to be the front. And we flip it, and then that's the side. And let's do the back. It's just let me see how I want to do this. I didn't really plan this out very well. I think I'm just gonna go like that. I'm gonna tear this little excess off here a little bit real fast. I got Mod Podge on my fingers, so it's sticking to me. Alright, so let's lay this on here. Do I want this like this? Because then that will lay over. No, let's see. I can put that there. I think I'm okay with that. I want to tear that off. There we go. There. Alright, I'm totally cool with that. Maybe bring it down a scotch. I want to make sure this little rose is all on there. Oh, I think that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on Mod Podge on my brush. I want to hold that in place. Flip this over. And just put this on here. You guys, I am absolutely digging this, man. I really debated on what to put on here. I do want to get my plastic wrap here. I had some lavender I was going to put around there. I had some lemons I was going to put around there. I had some like a butterfly vine. But when I came across this, I was like, you know what? I think this would look really cool. So there we have it. And I want to do this last side here. How did I do this side? I went actually the opposite way. I think I'm gonna have to do it this way. Do I want it like that? I think I do want it like that. Okay. I think actually this is just exactly how I wanted it. I know sometimes you vision stuff, but you don't even know you visioned it. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this right now. I knew what I wanted. I just didn't know what I wanted. So that's there. I'm gonna kind of. There's a little bit of a green leaf on this one. That's already on there, so I'm gonna try to match this green leaf there, make it look like an extension of. But I want to also make it look like this is a continuation of this vine. So I think I can do this. Yeah, look at that. Okay, let me get that in place. Okay. You know, I joke about when I make these. I'm like, oh, because then I'm gonna have to keep these. I love one that I do, and I think it's really cool. A lot of these are just, I won't make another one. Like, the chances of me finding a jar, like a glass vase like this again, probably pretty slim, right? So, that's why I always joke. I'm like, man, this turned out so cool. But I tell you, this turned out so cool. All right, so what do you think, you guys? We have this. And I'm thinking I really like light ribbon, pink ribbon, even like a sheer ribbon around here would look really cool. Maybe tied around with a little bit of a bow, maybe kind of like shabby chic in a way. So we have the front, and then if we turn to the side, kind of the roses going up, and the roses are kind of meeting. And this is cool because it looks like it's actually continuing to be one vine, and I was able to line those leaves up there. Now I am going to do one thing. I do see what I need to do. So I have these two itty bitty single roses that were on the napkin that I thought I could use someplace. And I think these empty spaces here and here, I think I'm going to go ahead and just simply put these on. And I'm going to lay it where I want it. I think I'm just going to take some space up there. Look at that. Look at that. It looks beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of put it here, make it look like it's coming out of that. I don't know. Look. Oh. See, those two empty spaces that were there are now filled up with those beautiful roses. So, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did like what you see, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. More videos to come. And as always, I love to see what you guys are doing. Please share in the comments any projects that you're doing. I love to see pictures. I read all the comments and I answer everyone back. So love to see what you guys are doing. Again, thank you so much, and have a great one.